Ah, excellent stuff. Hello, Helters. Very, very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. We are, of course, live on the big one, getting sorted out, trying something new as always. So there you are. There's always a wee idea here going on, and we'll see if we can tidy that up for you a bit. That looks a little bit better. And this one here as well. Fantastic stuff. A very, very good evening to you. And welcome to our beautiful TikTokers who have just joined us. A very, very warm welcome to you as well. Fantastic stuff and Dinky-Doo. Now then, there's Numpty Dinky-Doo from the famous Numpty. Hello, says Kareem. Hello, Kareem. How lovely to have you with us tonight. I've got a little bit of a shadow I just want to get rid of. It looks like a lighting setup, to be honest with you. And I shall see if I can change that, alter that in a way. There we are. That looks slightly better, does it? A little bit better. We're still getting something coming in at the side, but we'll see how that goes. Good. Excellent stuff. And welcome, of course, Dinky-Doo. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Kareem. That's fantastic. And Dinky-Doo, so lovely to have you with us on the Scottie McClue Show. There we go. Welcome. Hi, Scottie, says Mega Chelsea. Hello, Scottie. Which country has the highest population of vultures? Are you talking politically or are you talking just in general? I would have thought the highest population of vultures would be Africa. I know that's not so much a country, it's a continent, but I would have thought Africa would be the one. There's a good pizza saying hello, Scottie. Hello, a good pizza. How lovely to have you with us. And welcome. Now, how are the pictures looking tonight? Are we any better, I say to you? I think it's quite important to try and get a balance between the two. There we have Dinky-Doo. Trick and treaters knocked on my door, so there we are. I was afraid. Ah, yes, we don't want that. Hello, Scottie from Falkirk. Hello, Dinky-Doo. Fantastic stuff. And Dinky-Doo, lovely to have everybody with us. Good night, Numpty. Are you away, Susan? Dinky-Doo. There we have it. If anybody knows the answer, hi, Sir Scottie, says Selena. Hello, Selena. So lovely to have you with us. And a good Dinky-Doo to you. We're only with you for an hour, 1 hour of superb, scintillating information, education, and entertainment for not just one nation, but for every nation. So welcome, I say. India, Scottie. India, of course, Robert. What was I talking about? But there must be a fair population of vultures in Africa as well. Main subject for discussion tonight. Hi, Sir Scottie, says Neil. Hello, Neil. Dinky-Doo. Is should she stay or should she go? TikTokers will have seen. Good evening from Tinnabrook. Ah, the house on the hill. Lovely to have you with us. Scottie, I can't get through. Kareem, that's probably because we haven't opened the lines up yet. Colorado Springs, howdy, brother. Howdy, Santa Claus. And Dinky-Doo. There's somebody asking if I'm a plumer. Do I wear plumes? I don't think so. I think what we'll do is we'll mute to that person who's asking very strange questions. So there we are. So we'll just have to mute them. Thank you for my beautiful daisies and good evening from Cork, from a proud Irishman. Welcome. There we are. Now then, hello, Scottie. What's your opinion on gobstoppers? You have to watch you don't choke on them, but they're very good at keeping people quiet for a while. They are, of course, full of sugar, which is slightly less fashionable these days, I have to say. Anything that's full of sugar. So there you are. That's what we think about the gobstoppers. Thank you for all your lovely hearts. Thank you so much, Selena, I say to you. Lots of comments coming through. Dinky-Doo from the Garden Gad. We love you in the Garden Gad, and a big Dinky-Doo to you. Tremendous stuff. Now then, let's get the lines opened up and see what's happening. We've got the number. I think I even brought it in tonight. Yes, the Scottie McClue YouTube phone in. Now, you should be able to see that the right way around on YouTube. I'm not so sure about TikTok. There we have it. We'll see who this is. You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Dinky-Doo, Kareem.
Oh, Kareem Dinky-Doo, you're through on great time tonight.
Thank you, Scotty.
Well, Kareem, I'm wondering, is the picture looking better tonight?
Yes, you're looking very crisp, clear, like high definition.
Lovely. That's what we like. There's somebody asking us why we can't eat fish and chips in the back of a taxi. I think they'll find the answer on one of my YouTube videos. Now then, now Kareem, just before you come in, if I may just set the ball rolling by saying what a week this has been, culminating yesterday with the Chancellor, who'd been in the job just a matter of seconds, metaphorically speaking, and should the Prime Minister go?
Well, Scotty, I've been thinking about this and looking at it at different angles. And I do think she should go, but she won't go. If it took 3 years for Boris Johnson and all the shenanigans that happened with him under his watch, then she's going to either stay right up to the next general election, or what I suspect they'll probably keep her till Christmas time, and somebody else will take over for the next year and a half. Because if she goes up to the next general election, they won't call a general election just now, because a lot of the Tory MPs are going to lose their seat, and they don't want to lose their job.
No.
So I think that they will get rid of her within the coming months, and then it's a chance for them to try and stay in power. They'll have about a year or so.
I don't think they'll manage to stay in power. I mean, they got in on that Brexit thing because people were waving their sixpenny union flags.
Yes.
But to be quite honest with you, that's been a total and utter disaster from start to finish.
Scotty, I'm going to give you an example, and this is what really annoys me when I look at stats from Scotland. And 60% feel in Scotland that there was a survey that she has to go. 20% said that she should stay, and 20% do not know, and then the other 10 was all 60. Sorry, that was it. Yeah, so 20. So it's basically this 40%, that 20 need to stay, and then this other 20 that just don't understand, they don't know whether they should stay or not. What more, what more does Westminster have to do to Scotland? And I've been thinking about that, because at the end of the day, I've always said, and we've spoken about this in the past, about a year or two ago, like the things that Westminster could do to Scotland and how it could be bad. We've seen this all with Boris Johnson, and we've now seen this with mistrust. And at the end of the day, Scotland is still indecisive. Scotland is still thinking, we'll just, I said it last week, it's like domestic abuse. They don't know anything else, and they come back for more and more and more.
Yeah, but there's still, you see, you've still got a problem in Scotland. Still waters run deep, and you've got a problem in Scotland, I should say, not me. Still waters run deep, and they're still thoroughly confused about the old religious bias, about the 15 and the 45 risings. You're talking hundreds of years ago, and it's sort of like 150 years ago, that sort of nonsense, and 200 years ago, and what have you. And there's still confusion about this. They need to be told very clearly that the monarch is our head of state for Scotland, that every single Scot needs to get 100% behind the monarch. And then once they've done that, the monarchy is an absolute investment. It's not a waste of money. It's not any of the things that these people who have had their heads stuffed with nonsense think. And it's not anti-Catholic. It's none of these things. And I think what we need to do is get 100% behind the monarchy, say Scotland is 100% backs the king. Once we put that to Westminster, they have no case at all. No case. There is no case for the union.
The SNP have come out many times, Scotty, and have said, and recently as well, that the monarchy is going nowhere. They're for it. Now, if I think I know the Greens are not for it, and I know ALBA, Alex Salmond's party, there's a lot of them that are not for the monarchy. But to me, they're the minority. Now,
yeah, but they need to get for the monarchy. They need to be clear that we don't want a republic, that we will never be a republic, that there won't be any voting on the monarchy, there won't be any referendums, none of that nonsense. And then we all unite and go for a clear independence. And, you know, I mean, Liz Truss actually made a rod for her own back when she said to ignore Nicola Sturgeon. That was a huge mistake. And her other big mistake was saying no to Scotland's referendum, because if the people of Scotland want it, they should have it.
About 60% as well, around about that, believe that it's, you know, it's our sovereign right to have a referendum. So at the end of the day, we'll find out with the court finding the ruling, and then we'll need to just take it from there.
Yep.
But to me, Scotty, the way I'm thinking now, there is always going to be this percentage of people up here that are absolutely, it does not matter what they do down south to Scotland. You know, it does not matter at all.
Well, I mean, we actually hold all cards. That's why Westminster is in absolute fear and dread of Scotland going independent, because we've got all the energy, we've got the water, we've got the power, we've got the economy. We can do all these things. You know, Westminster's been, you know, treating Scotland as a cash cow for 313 years. It needs to stop. Once the Scottish economy is fully rebuilt and we've all got a degree of quality of life up here, then we can look at helping to subsidise Westminster.
Well, at the end of the day, Scotty, you spoke about the money that we send down, and I think Northern Ireland's going to be watching very closely what happens, because they will be holding a referendum within the next 6.5 years. They're entitled to that, and that's written in, I think, is it the Constitution or agreement with Westminster? Every 7 years, they are allowed to hold a referendum if they wish. Now, why is that Northern Ireland can do that, but Scotland can't?
Well, because Northern Ireland isn't quite the cash cow at the moment that Scotland is. So Westminster's thinking, could we do without paying for Northern Ireland? You know, but then also Northern Ireland should be talking to Dublin about, can you pick up the tab for us if we all go back into Europe? And I think that what's happened is this border down the middle of the Irish Sea has actually got this back on the table.
Yeah. Well, I think Liz, as I said, my opinion, she'll stay just now. I think she's got a lot of enemies now. They want to get rid of her, so she'll either be gone after Christmas, and whoever comes in. But this is the thing, Scotty, you've seen that at times, despite Boris lying to the Queen, despite Boris misleading Parliament, despite scandal after scandal, his popularity went up and down like a seesaw.
Yes.
And his, what do you call it, the amount of MPs winning an election went up and down. I think that will happen again, because England it's a conservative country at the end of the day. It always has been. And I think whoever they bring in, if the new Chancellor, you know, I think if people take a shine to him, they could, or they might win, but it might be what they did 10 years ago when it was a coalition with the Liberal Democrats.
Yeah.
And I think that could be something that will be on the
Well,
table.
I've put on the table that I think at the moment, in time of crisis, you know, and people always come to talk to Scottie McClue at time of crisis. And I think what should be happening right now is that we look at having a national government like we had during the war, and perhaps even ask Nicola Sturgeon if she will be the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom until such time as Scotland can disengage.
I think she would be outstanding. However, the mainstream right-wing media would absolutely have a field day, would never allow it. She has a lot of supporters in England. You know, when she came out recently, when they had the meeting up in the Aberdeen, And all throughout TikTok, it was her with her saying, I detest the party and what they stand for. Now, a lot of the media absolutely took offence to that. Now, I wonder why.
Well, I don't know why they took offence to that, because as a politician, you can actually, particularly with what's been happening from the party opposing her, I think you can detest what's going on. I think everybody detests what's going on. The chance of their energy bills going up to £6,000 a year. Now, I know that's supposed to be getting sorted. The inflation, the tax, you know, the mortgages, poverty increasing, people losing their homes. Of course, you would be wrong not to detest that. It's a strong word, but you would certainly be wrong to think that was a way ahead.
Well, I think, how is that any different from what Liz said about just ignore them all? They'll go away if you just ignore them.
No.
You know, I think that was absolutely shocking.
That shows a huge lack of understanding, and apparently, according to Nicola herself, Liz Truss has not been in touch with her and hasn't been in touch with a plan for working ahead together.
Correct. And again, Scotty, I keep coming back to the people of Scotland, this percentage that they're seeing all how Scotland has been mistreated, but they still are. We'll just stick with Westminster. We'll stick with Westminster. Really now, I think it could be Westminster. They could do something so diabolical to Scotland, but 40 to 50% up here will still, regardless, vote for it. Even if they were put out in the streets, do you know what? We'll still vote for Westminster. And I cannot get my head around it. The reason I want independence, the reason that people up here in Scotland want independence, is for a better future for ourselves, but most importantly, the younger generation, for opportunity, because there is so much opportunity this country has. But as I said last week, Scotty, this country, a lot of people lack confidence in themselves.
Well, that's because they've been fed nonsense. They don't understand. You look at the main argument. Yes, I'd love an independent Scotland, but there's the money. How would we finance it? They don't understand that Scotland without Westminster would be falling down with money.
Yes. Every year, about 80 to 90 billion, and we get half of that or less back to run the Scottish government within the departments and the powers that we have. Now, they're talking about, you could be owing about 5 or 6 billion. That's not a problem. You know, we could pay that off in a year, or if we really wanted to, we'll tell you what, we'll pay that off in 10 years. There you go. There you are.
And I mean, what's actually happened at the moment, Brexit, as we know, has cost us to date £250 billion. That's where the focus needs to be. Why did we come out of Europe? It was a huge mistake.
I think there has to be a strategy from now on, Scotty. I think after the Supreme Court ruling that's coming on, Liz Truss is going to be under pressure. She's going to have to make a decision. If it's a no from the court and she's going to say no, then it's the next general election. Is it a de facto, whatever you call it? Whether
de facto, in the fact.
So 50% or more, then that would count as a vote for independence. So I'm hoping it's not going to go down that road. I'm hoping it's going to be the referendum. I think that's the proper way to do it, where we can have the debate, where we can have discussions, but also I mean, you remember the last time, Scotty, there was such a buzz.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. There was a buzz, Kareem. Here's a guy, right, who hasn't got a clue, saying an independence would cost 10 times more. One of these complete myths, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not realizing we'd have 10 times more in the bank.
This week, Scotty, the SNP are releasing, I think, is it a white paper, it's a journal for the economic argument for independence. Now, they've been releasing these journals with different sectors. And if you look at Alba as well, Alex Salmond's party, they have the wee book, the wee Scottish, it's a wee blue book.
The wee blue book, yes.
everything that you need to know about, anything you need to know about the referendum, about policies, about retirement, about pensions. And it's quite good as well because you scan, we've got little codes that you can scan and it takes you straight to YouTube videos as well. It's like the Idiot's Guide. So there is information out there, Scotty.
Yes.
Again, it's just a lot of people here too lazy, can't be bothered researching, listening to somebody in the street that doesn't know anything, and then taking that as gospel.
Well, you see, here's Dan again. So Brexit cost loads, but another split won't cost anything. He doesn't realise that splitting from Europe gave us huge, huge money. Westminster takes money. So another split would bring money back straight into our coffers. Have you got that, Dan? They're different things. So leaving Europe and leaving the Scotland, leaving the UK are not connected in any way, apart from the fact Scotland didn't want to leave Europe.
Scotland can join EFTA because that will take time to get back into Europe again, which they have said on many occasions that they will take us back. And I think some people would actually prefer EFTA more than joining the EU with full membership. You have the benefits of trade and movement, and it might not go down all the way with all the policies where some people disagree with, and that's fine. However, I think that takes 3 months to set up. That's not a long time to do.
No.
And then after that, I think there can be a referendum if Scotland wants to go back. Let's see the
Listen, Kareem, it's 6 years since we had the referendum on Europe.
Correct, on Europe and longer. I mean, as well hearing these numbers, he's saying it's a once in a generation. A generation we've got, we're approaching the 10 years. You think the time it takes, and if, God willing, it is a yes vote, it'll take a couple of years to get the negotiations. I'll tell you one thing, I'd rather have Nicola Sturgeon negotiating it and fighting for the separation, because she'll do a damn well better job than what they all did down at Westminster regarding Brexit and the amount of money that they wasted.
Fantastic. And here's Dan back again, very confused. Apart from 85% of our trade is with the rest of the UK. Of course it is, because the UK needs Scotland's stuff. So there you have it. Kareem, excellent to hear you, and have a lovely week, and Dinky-Doo.
Thanks for taking my call, Scotty.
Great call. Cheers, Kareem. Ta-ra. There we are. That's our Kareem. What a fantastic call. He's always a good call, Kareem, and he always gets on first. There we are. Homelander says he's under the bed. In independence, the Tories would benefit as they wouldn't be run as a branch office from London, nor would any unionist parties in Scotland. Well, you know, Robert, I was just thinking the other day, maybe we need more Scottish parties because Conservatives and Labour are seen in Scotland as English parties. Hence the reason the two of them are sitting in the political wilderness in Scotland. Please remind folks, Scotty Liz Truss is not from Paisley. She went to school in Paisley for a short time and stayed in an affluent area of the town. Right, Neil, we've got you there. Who's calling? You're live at Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty. It's, hello.
Hello, who is it?
It's me, James.
James, lovely James. I just need a first name so that we know what to call you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, James. What can I do for you?
How do you feel about Liz Truss?
Well, I think she should go.
Yeah?
Yep, I think she should go, and she shouldn't prolong the agony for her own point of view.
I agree. She's been a complete failure. It might be part of the Tory government, I don't know.
No, I think she should go, James, and the sooner the better. And lovely to hear you. Very good question. To the telephones, folks, as quickly as possible. Here is the number. You should be able to see that. Fantastic stuff. Excellent stuff. There you go. It might be backwards. It's 01416289795. 01416289795. Tremendous stuff. You're live at Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty.
Hello.
Me. My name's Alec. I'm from Ireland.
Hello, Alec from Ireland. How lovely to hear you.
Oh, yes, you too, Scotty.
Now then, what can I do for you?
I was just wondering, what's your current thoughts on the whole King situation now?
The King, fantastic. Everybody, as always, Ireland is now in love with the British monarchy. Things have changed, and I think the King will make a first-class king. There we are. Absolutely. We can't hear. Fantastic. Right. To the telephones as quickly as possible. Make sure you turn down your background sounds when you're coming on. The TikTok looks as if it's freezing a little bit tonight, a little bit of buffering. Is that right? Yes. Go, go, go. So, Nicholas, hello, Logan. Dinky-Doo, Logan. Fantastic. You're live in Scottish phone in. Who's that? Yaha.
Big black ball.
Yes, Yaha. There we are. Sorry, Yaha, you're not very clear tonight. What a bit of a shame. Right, there we are. Not a problem, I say to you. Right, get to the telephones as soon as possible, folks. 0141 628 9795 if you'd like to comment on what we're talking about. I can't believe we're halfway through the show already. How has this happened? Right, there we go. Scotty, your smug face winds me up. Well, Jason, I don't think I've ever been accused of being smug. So thank you for that. So I'm very glad that it winds you up because it's never been called smug before. So there we have it. All this nonsense about Labour gaining momentum, Labour gain momentum in Scotland only when they go into coalition, whether at council level or wherever. No credible opposition exists in Scotland. So there you are. Dinky-Doo from J-Dog. Lovely to have you with us, J-Dog. I hope things are going well with you. And Dinky-Doo to you, I say. There we are. What else have we got here? Good call as usual from Karim, says Susan. Excellent call. You're live in Scottish phone in. Who's that?
Hello there, it's me, Billy from Ireland.
Billy, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Scotty?
Very well. Better for hearing you, Billy. What a funster. Right, there we are. Great fun. Our Billy from Ireland. Tremendous stuff. That's what we like. There we go. There we are. If he's Irish, I'm a Dutchman, I say to you. To the telephone as soon as possible. Couple of idiots tonight and some wonderful people as well. Oh, Scotty, you need to lay off the whiskey, says Jason. Jason, you should know I don't drink alcohol. You mustn't assume everybody has your lifestyle. So there we are. Fantastic stuff. And people don't like when I tell the truth, do they? Scotty, what is the capital? Kazakhstan. I forgot. There we are. Homelander, Dinky-Doo. Homelander, your day came 100 years ago. So there we are. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. What else have we got? Hello, love. It's me. There we are. Yes, hello. Don't know what that means. Absolutely. Taking the monarchy out of the debate. We need to keep the monarchy out of the debate. It doesn't say that on the ballot paper for independence. Absolutely, Robert. The monarchy, there should be zero change at all. Scotty, you complete me, says Homelander. Thank you, Homelander. God couldn't save the Queen. Are you kidding, monkey? God saved the Queen for 97 years. What kind of life were you thinking? So there we are. So God saved the Queen for 97 years. If God saves us all for 97 years, then he's doing his stuff. So get your act together, monkey. God very much saved the Queen. There we are. Now, who else have we got here? Karim, a UK that's had 4 Chancellors of the Exchequer since 2019. Is that a financially stable union to stay in? Scottish independence will always be divisive, but we are leaving a mess. Absolutely. No doubt about that. I'll just kill off a few wee trolls here, guys. There we are. Lovely stuff. Good that. Now, what have we got here? Yep. I'm watching The Phantom of the Opera. Excellent, Robert. I know it well. I've seen it live in the theatre in Edinburgh. Absolutely outstanding. To the telephones, guys. Here is the number. Now, Yes, I'm getting that. Are you getting that the right way round on YouTube, I ask you? I'm just going to share the show onto the Facebook. Otherwise, people won't know we're on. So if I disappear for a second, stay with us. Very, very important. Très important. There we are. Fantastic. I'll just say that we're live now. Wonderful. Live now. Join us. There we go. You're live at Scotty's Fun In. Who's that?
Scotty, it is me, Walter White.
Walter, you've said your second name. We just say first names on here. You're live at Scotty's Fun In. Who's that? Somebody dialing through, not quite got the measure of how to do it. There we are. Never mind. They'll all get there. I can tell you. Very, very important. To the telephones. There's a number once again. Are you getting it nice and clear on the YouTube? 01416289795. And if you're on the TikTok, I hope we're not buffering too much. Actually, Ewan's got Scotty McClue's video. DINKY-DOO, Scotty says, Charlie. DINKY-DOO, Charlie, that is fantastic. Thank you to all you beautiful TikTokers for sending me diamonds tonight. Very, very kind of you. We did add a live goal, I think. There might be one there, but let's see what's what. Fantastic. DINKY-DOO, thank you for following us. But remember, Scotty McClue is always free at the point of consumption. Very, very important. Give me some feedback in how it's appearing tonight. And DINKY-DOO, I say to you, lovely to have you with us. Willie's just joined us. Guys, if you're just joining us, get following on the YouTube. Get looking at the videos as well. There's hundreds of videos. 42.6 million have already seen them. Fantastic. Magic. Absolutely, Ewan. Magic it is. Off to the telephones. You're live on Scottish Fun In. Who's that? Hello? Hello? They're answering their poor souls. There we are. Never mind. They'll get the hang of it all. I can tell you. To the telephones as soon as possible, folks. 141-628-9795. Main subject for discussion tonight is the Prime Minister. Should she stay or should she go? Right? Very, very important. I think she blotted her copybook by saying to ignore Nicola Sturgeon. That was a big boo-boo. And I think she blotted her copybook again when she said no to a Scottish referendum. There is no reason to say no to a Scottish referendum ever. So there you are. And certainly from Scotland's point of view, there is no case for the Union. And as soon as that is pointed out, so there, she should do the hokey cookie. You're live in Scotty's Fun In. Who's that?
Scotty, it's Jared John.
Jared John, how are you, Lala?
I'm all right. Are you?
Yes, oh, I'm absolutely outstanding. Fantastic show tonight.
I'm just trying to get my speaker on.
Ah, yes. Well, you don't need it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Jared John?
Yeah, I'm here.
Have you got me?
Yeah, I've got you.
Excellent. Excellent, Jared John. Now then, what's happening with you?
Just this and that. I'm still over here in Poland.
Uh-huh. You're in Poland and you're watching us in Poland.
Yeah, I'm watching in Poland on YouTube.
How good is that? How amazing is that? And is the YouTube nice and clear?
Yeah, it's as clear as what it is in the UK.
Oh, that's fantastic. We love it. We are worldwide.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting my teeth sorted out over here because it's far better, you know.
Yeah, oh, I see. That's what you're up to. Aha.
Yeah, it's the dental treatment's still in its days of Stone Age in the UK, when over here we're getting seen to whenever we want to, you know.
Excellent. So Mr. Poland is on from the teeth point of view.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're on about the Prime Minister?
Yes, just a second. Here's Gideon in South Africa. Hello, Sir Scotty. Hello, Gideon. We love to hear from you from South Africa. Gideon's an absolute top man, and he's on from South Africa. Is that not fabulous? Yes, Shara John, the Prime Minister, what do you think?
I'm just reading what I can see on the news, and people are saying she might be out by the end of next week, but I think it would take longer than a week to get.
If she's not out by the end of next week, I think she should be. I think she should consider going to save herself just a slow political death, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, I don't understand why she was chosen to be the Prime Minister.
I've never ever understood that, because you know, to me, what's she bringing to the party? She reminds me of a little girl that always wanted to dance. She always wanted to be something big in politics, and you know, they've said, oh well, okay, love, we'll give you a go.
Yeah, because what she's saying now is really the complete opposite of what she thought when she was in her younger years, because she was like in the Liberal Party.
And what she's offering now is the complete antithesis of what the country needs, apart from helping out with the fuel bills.
Yeah, but even with the fuel bills, Scotty, she's still not going to achieve that, because I mean, how many? Okay, we don't know what the winter's going to bring.
We don't
get as bad a winters as we have before. I mean, when I was living up in Stirling, if you remember, Scotty.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was up there in 2006 until 2009, and I'm so pleased I managed to get back down to England by the end of 2009, because 2010 we got that terrible winter.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I was living in the static caravan at the time.
Oh, the very worst. A caravan. I can remember going to one of the radio stations, and I lived in a caravan. And I said to one of my bosses, I said, I think I could probably, there's the wonderful Mike Graham saying Dinky-Doo. I think I could probably survive the winter in this caravan. And the boss said, no, you're coming out the caravan, Scotty. It'll depress you, and we need you in top condition.
Yeah, no, you do get cabin fever after a while, like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but anyway, my point was the fact that she's trying to reckon she can help with the fuel bills. There's still going to be lots of elderly people, my mum for one, still worried about whether or not to put the gas on or put the electric on to keep warm, because they don't thoroughly understand how much gas or electric they use. They just think of, will I have enough money? I don't think I will, so I better not put it on.
No, and they've always thought that. And I think what we need, nobody in this country should be in fuel poverty. And I think what we need is to get the message across to the likes of your mum: extra socks on, warm boots, 2 pairs of trousers, anything at all, vests, jumpers, thin jumpers, thick jumpers, coats, hats, the whole lot, gloves, anything to stop the heat escaping from your body, and a little bit of gas fire or whatever. And, that's lots of hot drinks. But it's a piece of nonsense that in this day and age, we're handing out this sort of advice when people are billionaires.
Yeah, it's all wrong. You see, you don't get that across here in Poland, you see, because obviously you pay that much tax over here on your salary. That's why they've got such a good health system anyway.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't allow the government here to have a fuel shortage or a gas shortage. There would be a civil war,
Yeah, absolutely. A piece of nonsense.
And I don't understand how you can have all them hundreds of thousands of people to come out the houses for the Queen's funeral, but will not come out to protest against the government that people are going to freeze to death this winter if it's a freezing cold winter.
Yep. The most I've managed to do without putting on any heat at all is the 29th of November. And that was quite a struggle. Now, I'll be a bit younger than your mum, you know. Yeah.
No, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and it's beyond me. You know, during COVID, the government still managed to get rid of 25,000 elderly people by taking them out of hospitals and putting them into care homes.
Yep, and they just passed away.
Yeah, so that's 25,000 pensions that they've saved already.
And they managed to get rid of 250 billion quid by that ridiculous Brexit thing. And they say, oh, it's the voice of the people. Now, that's very clever, you've got to admit, to blame the people for falling for a pack of lies.
That's right. There's a very scary thing. It's all right having corruption, but a corruption that you don't know about is an even worse scary thing.
Oh, yes. So, listen, there's lots of it that we don't know about, trust me, and perhaps never ever will. But we do need to wake up and think, hang on a minute, the tail's wagging the dog.
Yeah, completely, Scotty. I mean, I'm just so pleased, and I'm so very fortunate and lucky that I do have a partner over here. And I know that my health is more well looked after here than it is back in the UK. And I hope I can get my mum across here eventually, so she'll get a few more years living over here than she would back in the UK.
Well, here's Matt on the TikTok. He says, the country's a sinking ship, and I served the lying so-and-sos. And he says, I don't know about a health service. So there you have it.
Yeah. No,
QED, I say. Jared John, it's been an absolute joy hearing you as always. You and I go back a long way.
Oh, God, how many years?
25 years?
And the rest.
Hey, and Dinky-Doo la.
Yeah, one last.
Yes, go on.
Right?
Go on.
Our media in the UK have got too much, leash on their leads to say what they want and put too much scaremongering out about this war than you actually do hear about over here in Poland.
How very interesting. Anyway, we'll not go into all that, but it's lovely to hear you. Hey, and Dinky-Doo.
Dinky-Doo, Scotty.
Dinky-Doo, Lala.
Speak soon.
Speak soon, Jared John. Take care. Jared John in Poland. How amazing is that? So there we have it now. What have we got here? The country has become a third world country. Not quite there, Matt, but certainly heading downwards. And I'm hearing that it's unlikely the interest rates will fall in the near future. So there you are. It will keep on going up, and the value of housing will come down. The media are to blame, says Matt. Well, what we need is an independent media. You need Scottie McClue, television and radio, talking for the people. We've always had the People's Show, and that's what it's about. Right, let's get a bit of reaction from you. Who have we got here? Scottie, hop online. Absolutely, yes, indeed. Hello, Scottie. Oh, yes, we've done that one. Absolutely. Susan's going nowhere, she says. She's watching. Do you like fruit pastels or Skittles? A good pizza, I would never, ever choose between such fabulous brands. I enjoy them both and hope I can continue to do so. Fantastic. American taxis are yellow because Mr. John Hertz had a lot of traded-in cars which are converted into cabs. Hence, when you see a Hertz rent-a-car logo, it's black and yellow, like American cabs. How very interesting, Robert. Laughing stock of the world, says Selena. Oh dear, back to the telephones. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
It's me, Scotty. It's David. How you?
David, how are you, son? We haven't heard from you for 1,000,000 years.
I'm just like tuning in and waiting for new people, phone in, Scotty. It's not all about me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no, but we love to hear you. We love to hear it. Everybody talks and goes, how's David getting on? You know?
That's good.
And I love the fact we've got a lot of new calls as well. Some of them go back a long time, Davey.
Yeah, of course.
The likes of Jarrah John. Jarrah John used to listen to me in Century Radio in the northeast in Newcastle.
Right, there you go, son. It's good, isn't it? But
You know?
I don't really that cover, but that's carrying on a bit political, right? But I'm quite smart. Like, see that list?
You're very smart. You're very smart.
She's very rude, right? She's annoying me.
Yes.
Right? She was in Parliament during the week with, all her team members, and of course, Chair Starmer was calling them kamikazes. But she was sneering, really sneering, rude, really cheeky sneering. And, and when she done a so-called pal, the Chancellor, she shoved him under the bus.
Politically, you can understand that, because if it's him or her, she's going to throw him under the bus rather than say, listen, you stay. But it's a shame because he's highly intelligent. Kwasi is highly intelligent, and I think he should have stayed. He may even have got the Prime Minister's job.
That's correct. I find out he's got a brain the size of
the whole of the world.
Yes, whole planet.
No, he's very clever. The only thing is he was pushing, an agenda that wasn't suiting everybody.
Of course, he's going to try and cut people's. He was saying in Halloween, coming up with Halloween, he's going to cut people's universal credit.
Yeah, well, you see, this is the problem. Why are they trying to cut the poor? Why not just up the tax on the rich?
I know. It's really terrible. Do you know what I mean? As you see last night when Kelly was interviewed, and she didn't even apologise or nothing, right?
Well, very strange. She hasn't phoned Nicola Sturgeon, apparently.
Aye, yeah.
Now, that's pretty bad news. That would be one of my first calls as Prime Minister. I said, I'll ring the First Minister of Scotland and have a bit of a yarn with her.
Of course, don't forget when she said, just say no, Nicola Sturgeon, that was weeks ago.
Oh, that was a bad thing to do. That's her cutting off her nose to spite her face.
Aye, and she may be a clever Prime Minister for England. A week ago then. You know what I mean?
No, but you see, and also saying no to Scotland's referenda, that's a mistake as well. What we need is a Prime Minister who's pro-Europe, pro-Scotland, and let's move forward.
Well, of course. Yes, she's crazy. I need to watch my words. See, people might offend you if I say
No.
really bad.
You've got to watch your words, Davey, because we've just got you sorted.
I'll just say she's crazy, right? I'll keep it there.
Well, we'll leave it at that. But no, the stuff she's been coming out with is pretty crazy.
Thank you. Yes.
There's no doubt about that. Listen, far more importantly, how are you?
I'm good, son. And how are you? As well?
I'm remarkable, Davey. It's incredible. I'm loving this wee show.
That's good, son, of course. You've been doing it well, Scotty, as you know, son.
Great wee show. We're just, as you know, we're just pressing on, and it's working an absolute treat, and people are loving it, and that's all I care about.
That's exactly, son. And I like the way you're sitting down a wee bit.
Aye.
A wee bit higher. It's a great picture anyway.
Well, somebody says, we're only seeing the top of your head. And I thought, well, that's my most attractive bit.
That's a wee bit.
Lovely to hear from you, Davey. And DINKY-DOO, la.
You too, son. DINKY-DOO, my friend.
DINKY-DOO, my son. Night. That's it. That's your Davey. What a topper. To the telephones, folks. We've still managed to squeeze in a small one. The missus never tires of telling me. Right. Hello, you're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello there, Scotty.
Hello.
I want to talk about taxis.
Yes. What's your first name? I just need a name.
John for a reason.
John, fantastic. Dinky-Doo. What about the taxis, John? Do you want to talk about taxes? Do you want to talk about taxes or taxis?
Taxi, a taxi car.
Oh, taxis. Yes, right. Go, John.
I'd like to know how you can eat a sausage supper in the back of a taxi.
A sausage supper, they don't like you having it in the back of the taxi because if you drop a few chips, as we do, especially if you've had a light refreshment, they've got to clean all that out.
I know, but I like to go to the pub and have a swally and then...
Listen, I can remember the day you could get the driver to go home via the chippy.
Yeah, again, Scotty.
I can remember that. I can remember the day when you could get the driver to go home via the chippy.
I remember maybe last Scotty, but I'd like to eat a sausage supper back taxi if I had a right good swally.
Aye, that's right. If you've had a refreshment, top man. There we are. Difficult to hear him, but he got his point across. Absolutely no doubt about it. To the telephones, we're very, very tight for time now. Dinky-Doo, there's somebody, Eddie Boy, SNP. So there you are. He says, Scotty's no got a clue. Scotty's got a huge clue. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been doing live television and radio for you for 40 years. Fantastic. Scotty's no got a clue. What kind of idiot goes on like that? There we are. We seem to have lost our TikTokers. I'm just going to check up on that. Seem to have lost the TikTokers, guys. I don't know what's happened there, but I shall check up and see if we can get you back. Fantastic. There we are. No, I think the TikTokers, for some reason, have gone. There we are. Yeah, I think they've absolutely gone. Anyway, not to worry. We shall catch up with them later. YouTubers, back to the telephones. You're live with Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hi, Scotty.
Hiya, who's that?
My name is
Dylan. Dunham.
Yeah, Dylan.
Durran.
Yeah.
Yes, Durran. What can I do for you, lad?
I just want to say hi, I guess, because I met you a couple of years ago, but you know, ever since COVID, it's been a while to catch up.
Too long.
I just want to see how you're doing.
Well, don't you leave it so long next time. It's lovely to hear you. Have you survived the COVID?
Yeah. I just wanted to say, is it all right? My mum, she used to listen to you on the radio like all the time. When she was a little girl, and I was just wondering if it's all right if you could say hello to her.
Of course I can say hello. What's her first name?
Her name's Michelle.
Michelle. Dinky-Doo from Scotty McClue.
Right, hold on, I'll go get her.
He's gone to get his mum.
Sorry, she's actually busy at the moment.
She's busy at the moment, not at all. Will you tell her I'm asking for her?
Sure.
Yeah, and you take care of yourself. And Dinky-Doo.
Thank you, Thank you so much.
Dinky-Doo, lad, thank you. Wonderful stuff. There we go. A wee blast from the past, I say. Now, how we do are stubborn as Boris. So there, she's not trusted by the nation, says Selena. Go, go. So there we are. Dinky-Doo. We've got people all over the world tonight, guys. This is fantastic. The poor queen got out of her sick bed for a clown, says Selena. Now, there we are. Absolutely. What do we got here? So much reaction from you guys. I don't know if I'll get through it all. There we are. You can have a pro-Europe Prime Minister when the UK left the EU. Also, Scotland and Nicola are not the first most important thing in the UK. Well, F document, I would say Scotland and Nicola are the first most important thing in the UK because they are the cash cow for the UK. So I'm afraid if I took over a house, I would want to speak to the building society or the bank. Same thing. There we are. Scotland is the UK's banker. You're live on Scotty's phone, and who's that?
Hello, this is Jasper.
Hello, Jasper Dinky-Doo.
How are you doing?
Very well. Good to hear you.
So I just wanted to ask you, Thingy, has your fridge been running?
My fridge is running absolutely superbly, Jasper. Thank you for that. What a cool question. Right, there we are. We're just about out of time, guys. We're going to have to dash. Tonight has been an absolute blast. A fantastic show. Dinky-Doo, tell everybody about it. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 about Scottie McClue. Live just for you, 9 o'clock Saturday nights. Here we are, God willing, weather permitting, for 1 hour of superb scintillating information, education, and entertainment for not just one nation, but for every nation of the world. Until next week, have a great week. Look after your dear selves. Stay fabulous. And as we say in the very finest of circles, this is Scottie McClue saying Dinky-Doo to you. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta, ta-ta.